Aloha! Here we go. Great takeaway this week. One key point. The fifth interval, or the fifth note of a chord. Let's take C major, no sharps, no flats. C, D, E, F, G. If we have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and then C major. Well, when we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, G is the fifth. Here's the takeaway. When we have a chord that's inside of any structure, it doesn't matter what it is, if we take the root and we drop it down to the seventh, the major seventh to be exact, we get a G major 7. If we're in the key of C and we took C major and we dropped the C down to a B, we would have C major 7. This works and essentially gives that tone to any key as long as it's major. G major goes to G major 7, then G dominant 7. Well, in the key of C, when you play a G dominant 7, it's like playing a B diminished. The reason why is when you have a G major, G, B, and a D, and then you add another note, G, B, D, well, the only other note you really have is that F sharp. When you put that F sharp right there, it's a major 7. When you put an F there, you get that B diminished sound. Or else you would have a G major. G major has a G, B, D, low D, B. So a G major, G minor, that's when you move the median. G major, when you move the 7th, you get a major 7th or a dominant 7th. So for every chord, if you're struggling with the diminished, it's going to be your 5th with that function, the dominant. So here we go. We did C, G, and D, I think. Maybe work those out and then pick one chord structure for yourself. A, B, E flat, anything. Pick it. Work on the first, the fourth, and the fifth being major chords, the second, third, and the sixth being minors, and then the seventh being the aforementioned diminished. So D major has D, F sharp, and A. When we go to E minor, it's the same E minor from C major. Our F sharp now is scooched up. Notice if we take this F sharp minor and we put it back, we get an F minor. Well, the reason why we teach the teeter-totter progression-wise is so we can do something like this. F major, F major, F minor, F minor, F sharp minor. It helps us get to the position where our fingers don't feel so foreign around these shapes. Cool? So D major, E minor, F sharp minor. You know the G major, A major, not to be mistaken with the A minor, because in the key of D, that A is a fifth, and the fifth has to be a major. D, E, F sharp, G, A. B minor is just like the A minor. We're going to take it up a whole step. If you want to play a B minor 7, that's fine too, but adding that A note on top of the D, the F sharp, and the B, it's better than an open G, but it gives it a different tone, which is why we play it with a bar at the second. We put our third finger at the fourth fret after skipping the third fret and the second finger. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. Notice how I go back to the A because it was my fifth. D, E, F sharp, G, A. That's a fifth. A major 7. A7, so this A7 functions as a C sharp diminished. D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp diminished. Resolves back to D. If we did in the key of C, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C. And then I think the other one we did was G. So G major, A minor, B minor. Notice how A sharp, B minor, and then C sharp minor. No, that's not right. A, G, A minor, B minor, C major, D major. So that's my C major, major fourth, to my D major, which means this D is going to need to be turned into a D7. So this is the D note, If we drop it back to a C sharp, it becomes a D major 7. And if you know how to play an F sharp minor, you'll notice that a D major 7 and a F sharp an F sharp minor are the same chord, just the way the ear hears it. So G, A, B, C, D. When we drop this all the way to an open C, we still have the F sharp and the A with the open D and the C. I put my pinky up here, or third finger rather, on the C note. So I have A, open C, F sharp, and then C. Gives me D7. That is my F sharp diminished, which revolves to G. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor is my minor 6, and then D7, which is an F sharp diminished, resolves back to a G. So pick any chord that you want, try and work it. Remember that between each one of these, we do a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, or a major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, minor second. That is the holy grail for every major chord. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. A little down the road, we will explain how to use that mechanism to find out what a modal structure is and how to use those when playing. Modes are like scales, but complex. They're not. They're fun. They're very simply understood. Once we get going on these, we're going to pick a couple more patterns and then go through that. And then we learn a multitude of songs. Bring anything you want to my attention. I will learn it, and we will play it together. Aloha. It's good seeing you.